every human loves a story. If I can keep them hooked all the way through the story, it's probably going to go viral. It took about 3 weeks to start seeing sales. My first viral would be the washable rugs. You have to truly love the product or you're not going to sell it. I hate to say it this way, but money does talk. Once you get a little taste of it, it's your motivation.
What is your highest GMV generated in 1 month?
Around 160,000. To me, it was a silly mistake. I understand violation. I had Amazon on the screen. It's a big no-no.
All right. Welcome to TikTok Shop Affiliate Academy, a podcast that uncovers the story and strategies from the top 1% of TikTok Shop affiliates. Don't forget to join our free community at affiliateacademyhq.com. I am your host, Ivan, and we have a very special guest today, Stephanie. Hi, Stephanie.
Hi.
Hi. Thank you for coming on. Very kind of happy to have you on. And, where are you calling from?
Alabama. Northern Alabama.
Alabama. And then, I think you're telling me pre-call that you have a snowstorm coming.
Yes, it's gonna hit tonight around midnight. So we'll be snowed in for the weekend.
Okay. Well, at least you have a little bit of heads up and, now you can plan with your family and have some game nights or movie nights or something, right?
Oh yeah, it sounds wonderful.
Cool. All right. So, we always like to start with a little bit about yourself. What were you, tell me about your where you're from, or you already did, but like your family interests or, any interests you have or sports that you play or anything. What's some background on Stephanie?
Yeah, I'll try to keep it short and sweet, but I was born and raised in Michigan, Midwest Michigan, and then met my husband actually back in middle school. We met, but then reconnected and we moved to Arizona for like 7, 8 years.
Okay.
And then we just decided we didn't want to be that plane ride away anymore from family in Michigan. So we moved to Alabama where real estate is really great for him.
Yeah.
And but prior to that, prior to moving, I was a teacher in Arizona for quite a few years, and I just got burnout one year. I remember them telling me, I think this was like my last straw. They were like, "You can't go on the trip that you planned," and I'm like, "I already booked my plane tickets."
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh, I have to go be an entrepreneur now." That was like
Okay.
my kickoff. So then I started my little VA business. And as an entrepreneur, you just kind of grow and evolve. And I think
Yeah.
that's what happened. And you find new opportunities and new doors. So all of a sudden I landed on TikTok Shop.
Very good. Let's dive into the VA business. I'm curious. What did that look like?
So it actually took off really quickly for me, which I was grateful. And I have to credit a lot of Upwork for that independent contracting. So I just decided, hey, I can do all these things that all these different companies are looking for as an independent contractor. I can, manage emails or phone calls or whatever. So I onboarded a good like 5 clients right away.
Cool.
And I did enjoy it, but then I felt like I was answering to somebody above me all over
Yeah.
again. So I was like, I'm kind of burnt out all over again. So then I moved into the UGC space. I'm too much of an overthinker for that.
Okay.
So then, and my goal anyways was to be independent, be my own brand, my own name.
Yeah.
So
I think also the VA space gave you a little bit of independence and you got a little bit of independence. And then you're like, wait a minute, I need more independence than that. So you're like, okay, well, let's do like UGC. And I assume shortly after that, TikTok Shop, right? So it's kind of like you see a path, you go down a road and you're like, I want more. Well, this is the opportunity for me. And that's kind of where you went, right?
Oh, you nailed it. Yes, absolutely.
Love it. And I love the journey from Michigan to Arizona, right? You went from cold to hot, and then now you're like, I need something in between.
And I definitely have that.
Okay, very cool, very cool. Okay, so that was the life before TikTok Shop. How did you stumble upon TikTok Shop and kind of your first videos?
I was thinking about that. I was like, man, okay, so it's almost been a year. I started in February 2024. To be honest, like I was on TikTok for so long and I didn't realize all of like the 2023 holiday season. I didn't even know about TikTok Shop. I have
Mm,
no idea how I didn't land on that side, but I didn't.
mm. Okay.
And it
Like
wasn't
as a consumer, you mean?
yeah, as a consumer. Yep. And then after the holiday season, a lot of affiliates were like, "I made this much and I made that much." And I'm like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah. Did you
So,
already have a TikTok social at that point?
yeah, I had
A
already
following?
had my following
Okay.
to like, I don't know, 15. I had enough to be an
Yeah.
affiliate. So I'm like,
Okay.
"What am I doing?"
Yeah.
Oh, and I forgot to add, like, I've done Amazon for a little while since
Okay.
like 2021. So I know
Affiliate
the
marketing.
affiliate space, the affiliate
Okay.
marketing
Love
space.
it.
But it seemed better because of the
Right.
samples. Like you're gonna get free samples. You're gonna, I feel like, be a little bit more valued as the,
Mhm.
creator. So after I saw these videos, I was like, I can do that for sure. Because I had already
Yeah.
had a Amazon video go viral, and I was like, if I could do it once, I can do it again.
Yeah.
So then I applied, I got accepted, and now we're here.
From there. Okay, awesome. So one common thread that I have with all the most of the affiliates I interview is a marketing or sales background prior to TikTok Shop. Like for me, it's important to understand the psychology of an online buyer, right? And how to present things and how to talk to them about seeing something for the first time and then pushing that button to buy. And so I think you nailed it with you had that experience with Amazon. So it's an important thing to bring over. So
Yeah, for
very
sure.
cool. So tell me about that first video. So you saw someone on TikTok Shop saying they made a lot of money. You saw other videos and you're like, wait a minute, I can do that. I have done that. Now let me try it for TikTok. Like, talk me to that first video. Was it a success? And then, if you had successes after that.
Yeah, the first video that I posted.
Yep.
Um, so thinking back, I think that I actually had a pretty successful first month. It took about 3 weeks to like start seeing sales, but one
Yeah.
of my very first products, which I work very close with them still, I guess you
Cool.
could say my first viral would
Yep.
be the Montvu washable rugs.
Okay.
And I adore their team. I adore
Yeah.
their products because you have to truly love the product or you're not going to sell it.
Yeah.
And so that was where it kind of took off for me. And then they wanted the ad code and all of
Mm-hmm.
that. So and I
Yep.
consistently doubled from like February to like May, and then I
Yeah.
really took off after that.
Okay. So how many videos did you make with like minimal success before like your first one that you were like, oh crap, this is kind of crazy?
I would say probably like maybe 10.
Okay, so you're relatively soon did you
Yeah.
kinda see success, so I love it. Okay, so, walk me through I was gonna say, um, you know, you saw that win after, like, the first 10 videos. Inevitably, there's gonna be a time where, like, things aren't as good, right? Like, you get into you're making videos all the time, and you're not getting the performance that you want. So, like, I always ask them, like, what makes you motivated or keeps you motivated to make more videos, or what inspires you to make more and stay with it?
Um, I just kinda have it, like, as a mindset, you'll
Yeah,
never know what could be if you don't keep going, and I
right.
proved that to myself time and time again with TikTok Shop. If I would've, I got in a little bit of hot water because I didn't do my homework on TikTok violations. It
Mm,
set me back in March big time. I
yeah,
mean, granted, I still doubled, but I could have done more.
right,
They killed my views basically,
yeah.
put
So
restriction on views, and then I just pushed through that, and if I can push through,
yeah,
like, those really bad 2 months that I had, and see more success and more,
yeah, after the fact.
I hate to say it this way, but money does talk, and once you get a little
Yep.
taste of it, it's your
No.
motivation.
Yeah, yeah, it's hard to say, but it's true for sure. So yeah, I could definitely appreciate it. Use that as motivation, right? Money provides for, a lot of things, right? Lets you kind of do things that you
Gives
wouldn't
you
normally do.
comfort. Yeah,
Yeah, yes, peace of mind, security, etc.
yeah.
So talk me through that violation. Like, so you had a violation. If you want to share, what was it about? And then you're saying that that violation also kind of you feel suppress your videos from that forth. Okay, so yeah, walk me through that violation. Maybe it can help some people
I'm
kind of get
like
around it.
yeah, I'm, like, so loud about violations, like, do your
Yeah, great.
homework, just be careful because
Yeah,
it's silly. To me, it was a silly mistake, but I understand why I got the violation.
Hmm.
I had Amazon on the screen.
Yeah.
That's a big no-no.
Yeah.
And thinking back, I'm like, duh, like why would they
Hmm.
be okay with that?
Yeah.
It was basically comparing Amazon prices to TikTok Shop with a
Yeah. But
setting
it's done all the time, so it's
all
like,
the time. Like, who's gonna get away with it?
yeah,
I don't
exactly.
want to play that game again. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna not do it. But yeah. So I actually got two violations for. So the second one I didn't totally understand. I think it was because I used just like ASMR type of sound,
Uh,
like
yep.
original sound, and they don't. I just the robots that go through the videos,
Hmm.
I think just flagged it. I
Okay.
wasn't under an agency at that time,
Yeah.
so it's hard to get those appealed, and I think I might have gotten one appealed, but the other one I didn't, and I think it was the Amazon one that I didn't, and that's the one that they were
Pretty
like
obvious, right?
60 days suppressed views, and I mean 50
Oh,
days.
so they actually told you that it was gonna suppress your views for 60
Yeah,
days? Oh, okay.
yeah.
I don't know if
I
I've
had an
ever
end
seen that.
date, and when I'm like, I was working towards that end date. I'm like,
Man. Oh, you had it on your calendar with an alarm and everything?
yes,
Okay.
I'm out of like TikTok jail today. So
Okay, awesome,
it was
awesome,
like
okay.
50 to 80 views. It was terrible, but I made
Yeah,
it through that. And I'm just really careful now. And I'm really
yeah,
loud when it comes to warning, not to,
others.
scare them, but just do your homework, know,
You're right.
what to do and what not to do.
Yeah, that's something we have in our community, Affiliate Academy HQ, is a violation library, and just really know how to navigate. There's
Yes.
you don't necessarily want to read those pages and pages of violation, but we give you kind of tips and tricks and a quick PDF guide on how to navigate violations, what's good, what's bad, examples, etc. And then also in our community, if you're a kind of verified member, you will have access to appeals, right? So you mentioned, working with the agency to help you with those appeals, and we can help you with that as well. So yeah, definitely, violations are huge in the space, right? You have momentum going, and then it just stops, right? And that's a
Mhm.
killer. So it's important to kind of be conscious of those. So
Absolutely.
cool. Yeah, I know that'll help a ton of people. Um, all right. So now I want to review your top video. So before you shared a video with me, and kind of, what, everyone's idea of what's a viral video or a top video is subjective, but we're going to take a second to watch your video. And then after we watch it, we will kind of talk about it and see what you thought. So
Awesome.
going to pull it up right now, and then I will play it.
Travel bags, what are you doing? I have both the 50 and the 40 right here. This is the size comparison for you. So the 50 is going to be a little bit taller than the 40. The 40 is TSA approved to be a personal item. The 50 is going to be a carry-on item size. The front of the bag, it is beautiful inside and out with the brown stripes. This is your detachable key ring. This pocket goes all the way down. The first part of this bag is going to open up completely and have luggage style straps right here for you. The other side of this bag is going to have two more pockets. Back of the bag opens completely up as well. This is going to be the extra padded part for all of your electronics. Got more pockets on that side. It does come with 3 extra bags. This is going to be the top handle. You have a side handle that you can hold it like that. You have a luggage strap and the backpack straps as well. And again, the 2 different sizes side by side. This is the 50 and this is the 40.
Very cool. Love it. Love it. So yeah, I always like to ask, what do you think is so special? Why do you think it went viral? What do you love about it?
So when I'm content planning, filming, and then editing, I always have in my mind I'm telling a story because
Great.
every human loves a story,
Hmm.
So if I can keep them hooked all the way through the story, um,
Hmm.
then it's probably going to go viral. So,
Yeah,
of course, the beginning has a decent hook, and that's always important.
for sure.
Um, so yeah, I think just that initial hook going
Yeah.
in,
What were you trying to accomplish with that initial hook? Or like,
just
what,
just to keep them hooked, just to keep
yeah,
them interested,
for sure.
to be a little bit loud in the camera,
Yeah. Okay. In your face, like scroll stopping.
Yeah.
Very cool. And then this is super relevant to me. We went to Europe this summer, and we actually bought not necessarily this backpack, but like if I were had a trip ahead and was packing and I saw this, I'd be like, okay, cool. Well, it has enough room for all of my kids' electronics, my electronics. I can pack some clothes, and so super relevant to me, as far as because like I have the information I need to potentially want to buy. Say again.
I love Lovey brands for sure. The bag brand.
Love it, love it, love it. Okay, cool. So talk me through the hook again. Like, what's your kind of? Do you have inspo for hook? Do you have hooks that are go to hooks for you? Talk to me about like your hook strategy or kind of anything in that.
So recently I've been kind of just like testing the waters with taking mid video to end video and taking it to the front.
Hmm.
I've done this before, but just really concentrating on that so they
Okay.
can see that end result first.
Yeah. So
And
editing it in a way where the punchline, if you will, or the end of the video is the beginning to give them a preview of what's to come and
yep,
hopefully
give
grab
them
them a
a
little bit
taste of like that end result,
more.
the benefit of the product. And then I get to go in and tell all the features, everything I love about the product.
Got it. Yeah, yeah. I'm actually doing the same exact thing with my podcast editing, right? So I have a in my other podcast where I focus on sellers, I have the same thing. I've instructed my editors to pull out some of the great facts that we share within the podcast, put that in front load it, get the peak to interest, know that it's coming, and then have the rest of the episode for them to kind of digest. So definitely
Absolutely.
get along with that. Yeah, yeah. What about hooks? Any kind of go to hooks that you go with? Anything that you focus on?
I don't. And that is
Sure.
something I want to work on in 2025 is just kind of have
Great.
that like handful of hooks that I use. But yeah, right now, nothing that
Okay.
comes to mind.
That's good to know. Like, I'm glad you hear. One of my questions that I have for you is what something that you can work on. How can you improve? So this is one of those, right? Like,
Yes.
you see areas of improvement and go with it. So I love that. Okay. So we are going to enter a rapid fire round. Quick questions. Answer to the best of your ability. Nothing too crazy though. But all right. What is your highest GMV generated in 1 month?
Around 160,000.
Very cool. Very cool. I love it. Okay. And then pre-call, you're also talking about potential trips. And one of the questions is, what's one of the coolest things that TikTok Shop has been able to provide for you?
Oh, I'm still like in heaven with the whole New York trip. I
Okay.
had never been to New York and they gave me that opportunity. So that was amazing.
Love it. Did you do any, like, what did that look like? Just like sites, visit the offices? Like, what else did you experience? Like, why did you love it so much?
And I also did LA, but there was something about New York that
Hmm.
I don't know, the feel of it and everything was just amazing. And I got to meet a lot of different vendors that I love working with, and
Great.
I was able to listen to some, really successful creators and network. Just and I met the most amazing people in New York. So
Love it. Okay, cool. What is one piece of advice that you wish you had when you first started?
violations.
Violations. Okay,
Be
keep them on your
careful.
radar.
Yeah.
Okay. Where do you get your inspo for your videos? Like you're in a little dull drag of a moment. Where do you get your inspo to kind of
Yeah,
move
that
on?
happens, right? Um, I go to some of my favorite smaller creators and or the ones that I know are just always positive, and just
Hmm.
what are they up to right now kind of
Okay.
thing. And
Try
I
to try to pull bits from them. Is that correct?
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
always inspiration.
Love it. I love it. So you just kind of take a look at your feed. Maybe if there's a creator that you have in mind that you always go to that you enjoy watching, and just
Yeah,
try to get some energy from them.
yeah, their energy and like, sometimes we need that pick me up because we don't have coworkers. So it's nice
Yeah,
to just, get that
I
pick
definitely.
in.
Yeah, I like that. Idea. Right. It's like I work from home as well. Our human interaction is very limited, so you can kind of get what you want through people you follow.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love that. um have you been able to teach anybody, and how did that go?
I have just in kind of my small circle, I've
Hmm.
taught a few friends. And then I'm a part of a Discord that I
Yeah.
just give a lot of like tips and tricks when needed. And I'm actually working on a little bit of like a mini TikTok course
Love
because
it.
being a former teacher, you kind of
Yeah,
always have that in you. So
it's
it'll be
natural.
my outlet to teach others.
Yeah, how far are you from creating it? Is it like weeks
I'm
away?
hoping if I'm snowed in this weekend, I'm like, I might be able to launch it by Monday.
Yeah. Okay. So, regardless of when, I expect it to be the next at least couple of weeks. So the link to that will be in the show notes below. So if you're listening to this, link to it below, and you'll find Stephanie's course.
Oh, awesome.
And then also invite you to the community that I have at Affiliate Academy HQ. You'll be invited to a kind of special channel there with previous guests that I've had. So there's conversations around how to be a better affiliate there as well. And then I also have this idea of creating a boot camp, if you will. So all the people I've interviewed, all the affiliates are amazing, and they have a story to tell and strategies to teach, right? And so I want to create some kind of like system where an affiliate can have a cohort of students that are interested in their method, and then they can teach that method in like a boot camp, like a 3-week boot camp of like one-on-one teaching and feedback and all that stuff. So trying to get that in development, and it sounds like you're kind of open to that down
That's
the line. So
amazing. See, I love networking.
yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll keep in touch regarding that. But that's a common thread that I see as well. It's like these affiliates, they feel blessed with this opportunity of TikTok Shop affiliates, and it's kind of in their heart to like give back, right? And so that's a way
Yes,
to
you
do it.
do get to that point. Yes.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Okay. So last question is, what's your 2025 look like? What are some future plans for you?
I'm super excited and motivated for 2025. I feel like it's going to be a great year. I know
Likewise.
there's a little bit, unknown, but we'll get through it,
Yeah.
We'll get through it.
Agreed.
And TikTok has just changed my life in so many ways. I'm going to forever be grateful. And yeah, now is the time to like I see myself giving back. Exactly what you just said. Giving
Yeah.
back not just through a course, but just through support
Mm-hmm.
and helping other affiliates keep going and staying motivated and seeing things through. So between that and like just being really involved in the different discords and groups that I'm in, like
Yeah.
in 2024 I feel like I kind of took a little bit of a backseat just trying to get things off the ground and stay
Yeah.
consistent and successful.
Yeah.
This year I am at a stable place, I feel like.
Yeah.
And now I can
Give
put
back.
energy into other places.
Love it. Yeah, I know you'll inspire a lot of people by listening to your story and your strategies, and all the kind of information that you need to contact Stephanie will be in the show notes, and then more kind of tips and tricks in our community, affiliateacademyhq.com. And yeah, that concludes it for today's interview. Thank you, Stephanie. You're great. I appreciate the time. And to everyone listening, thank you for listening. And don't forget to leave a review. Any feedback, that'd be greatly appreciated. So, all right. Thank you.
Bye.
Catch you later.